Morning, guys. It's June 25th, I think, at 8:20 in the morning. So, 10 minutes before I punch in, I just want to get a couple quick points, and then I'll leave you out to your thoughts. But what I'm having trouble understanding is, don't mind the glasses. Woke up late, so puffy eyes. What I'm really trying to figure out, right, is this undying loyalty, right, to follow corporate America with this whole Black Lives Matter organization. I don't understand why people need to have an undying loyalty to it. Like I stand for the sentiment, the actual words, because I believe in human life, right? I do think that we have desensitized ourselves with the fact that people take people's lives. We see it on a daily basis on the news. Like, it's just horrible to watch, but it's almost like there's no shock factor in it anymore. Because before it used to happen rarely, and now it's just almost every time you look at a news clip, it's about some kind of shooting, killing. But you notice that the shootings that happen on the street in Chicago, Minneapolis, especially with no police around, there's no really debate of there should be no guns. Now, it doesn't mean that they're not working against the Second Amendment in Congress, because Democrats are always trying to ban guns totally. But the news doesn't hype it up. Why? Because it doesn't fit their agenda, it doesn't fit their emotional narrative. And that's where I see a lot of these conversations taking place. There's a lot of you that get emotional instead of removing your emotions and learning how to speak like an adult. And that's where I'm at with this video. Having conversations with people, and most of them have echo chambers that do not see my views. And I understand that. So I approach them and I challenge them. And what I get is an emotional response. And what ends up happening is that all of my points that I pointed out get washed away because of the emotional response. And I just gotta say that you're older than 21 years old, 22, 23, you need to grow the fuck up. Plain and simple. That's what's wrong with our generation, is that most of us have not grown up. Most of us still live at home with mom, or we're living on our own in a little room, but you have yet to understand how the world works, because you think that it's all kumbaya, like the hippies used to think, right? Back in the 60s. And guess what? It ain't all roses and sunshines or rainbows or lollipops at the end. It's rough living in life, living in the world, being an adult, having bills. So I just wanted to say that if you think white privilege is real, it's time to get out of fantasy. Because then that would mean every single white person who has not made it has chosen to stay in the back with you, if that's how you feel. And you know what? Forget I even just said that. Because most of you who perpetuate this white privilege talk, you guys are sitting better than most of the white people that I know. And you're not even white. How does that happen? How is there white privilege when, especially in construction companies, when they go and they bid on a job, there's laws that state that if it's a woman that owns a company to bid for a job, she gets first dibs. And if it's not a woman, it's a minority black man or Spanish man, or Spanish man and woman, look at that. That's like a double whammy right there. They get first dibs before any other company that's owned by a white person to bid for a job. You know? And they can come in lower than the white guy's company and get the job. Or not even lower. They can come in a little higher, I meant. There you go. That's what I meant. They can come in a little higher and they will still have first dibs, even though the white guy's company is probably trying to shave off the price just to make sure he gets a job. So, is that white privilege? It's interesting when you really see it that way, right? Imagine you go in and you're looking at doctors to have, like, what? Open heart surgery, right? It's the worst or the most dangerous kind of surgery there is. And you go interviewing doctors, but somebody comes and tells you you need to give a woman or a minority person the job, or at least give them a chance to explain themselves before you hear out the best surgeon in the world, which could be a white guy. I don't know. I'm just hypothetical right now, right? Are you gonna put your life in their hands like that? I don't think so. So why does it matter? Why would that come into play? If you're looking for the best quality work, why does race, gender have to do with any of it? I'm looking for the best. If your company's the best, I'm gonna hire the best. If you're the best doctor to have open heart surgery, I'm gonna have the best doctor to have open heart surgery. Not putting my life in nobody's hands because I want to seem progressive or something like that. That's nonsense. It's total nonsense and it's bullshit. We're in 2020. There's no reason for us to even think like that anymore. The affirmative action laws are still in the books. Doesn't that have some kind of advantage, especially nowadays where everybody's integrated? We're not how we used to be. I get it. Well, how we used to be was pretty bad. So, I'll leave y'all with that. I gotta go get to work before my time runs, before I am late, which I think I got about what it says here. Got 2 minutes left, so have a good one. Think before you speak, and listen, please. If your social media is echo chambers, so if you're listening to the same shit all the time, you're not gonna see the real issue at hand. You're not gonna see the real problems, and you're definitely just gonna continue kicking the can down the road. That's how it goes. I'm Puerto Rican. I've lived in Puerto Rican, Spanish, black communities, and like I said before, and I'll say it again, I've never experienced racism at the hand of a white person. I've experienced it, but from my own people, or from black people at school. But I don't hold it against them and then cry. And, well, that's just the way it was. So, if we want to change things, we got to change things in our own home, in our own communities. And that's what basically this whole outcry is about, right? Black Lives Matter started with the good intentions, I would like to say, even though the first time it was kind of what it's turned into now. But this time around with George Floyd, everybody was united, everybody was behind it. I had no problem with it. And then they started with we're gonna unseat the president. Why? Why even go political? I thought Black Lives Matter was not supposed to be political. But then they say that. And then they get caught when when they found out that all their donations are going to the Bernie Sanders campaign, to Biden's campaign, and it's like, so Black Lives Matter really stands for white politicians, and the Democratic Party matter. So anyway, I'll leave y'all with that. I got some more, but I'll put it up when I put it up. Peace out. Take it easy, guys.